What's up guys, Andrew Baena here, and today we're going to be talking about the most futuristic metronome of all time. Now I know metronomes aren't something you usually think of as being super exciting, but this one is pretty cool. So this is called a Soundbrenner Pulse. The folks over at Soundbrenner sent me an email a few weeks ago asking if I wanted to try one out, and I said yes, because I'm always interested in trying out new gear, and they sent me over one of their pulse systems. So this is exactly what it looks like. It is a metronome in a format that you can wear. So obviously, instead of making sound, it vibrates on your skin. Now, I've chosen to wear it on my wrist because I play guitar, but there's a bunch of different mounts you can get. You know, you can put it on your ankle, you can put it around your chest. If you play drums, maybe you don't want it to be on your arm. But since I play guitar, I just use the standard wrist strap and strapped it to my arm, of course. So the concept for this metronome sounds quite simple, and it's kind of surprising that nobody has really done it before. Again, it is a metronome that, instead of making a sound, vibrates, and since you wear it, it's vibrating against your skin, so you can literally feel the vibration or feel the pulse, hence the name of the product, the Pulse. So it's a pretty cool piece of hardware, and it costs around $100, which is a little expensive for a metronome, something that most people just, you know, download a free phone app for or something like that, which is perfectly understandable. But if you're looking to kind of up your practice game, this might be something that interests you, so I thought I would do a video talking about it a little bit. So there's two main ways you can use this. The first way is independent of the app. If you just want to use the physical hardware, you don't necessarily need any app. It's pretty simple to use. Basically, the first thing you got to do to turn it on is, if you'll notice here, you can actually twist this, and you'll notice as soon as I twist it, you can see that light start flashing right there. So basically, to turn it on, you twist it until that light starts flashing, and then you double tap it, and now it's on. And you can see there's kind of like a faint white light glowing there. And then to get started, you just double tap it again, and you can see it going right there. It's as simple as that. It starts vibrating at a predetermined tempo. It's probably like 120 or something like that. So it's quite simple to control from there. All you really have to do is twist it this way to increase the tempo, or this way to decrease the tempo. Makes a lot of sense, pretty simple. And of course, to pause it, you just double tap it again, and it goes in standby mode. So now that we took a look at the most basic functions of the Soundbrenner Pulse by just using the device on your wrist or wherever you placed it, let's take a deeper dive and look at what the app can do. Alright, so now looking at the app, the first thing you see when you open it up is pretty self-explanatory. You have a BPM counter here which says what BPM you're at. You have a time signature, it starts in 4/4, and then of course you can select different notations for your metronome to click at. There's obviously a quarter note and eighth note and triplets and all that other good stuff is in there. A bunch of crazy ones, I don't even know what those means, but let's just do quarter notes for now. So you can see, since I've selected quarter notes in 4/4, there are these 4 bars at the top that each have 1 bar out of 3 filled. So basically what these are is the intensity levels of each click in your measure. So again, there's 4 quarter notes which are up here, and right now every single quarter note in this measure is at the lowest intensity setting. So for example, if I wanted to make things a little more interesting, I could have it so that the first beat is at the most intense level, and then the 3 succeeding beats are all lower intensity, so you can kind of know when each measure starts. And of course, you can adjust the tempo by doing the same thing you would do on the physical device by just moving this around. So let's set it to like 160 for now. And if you hit play, you can see on my wrist, it's going to start lighting up. And there you have it. It's as simple as that. So right now you can see when it flashes blue, it's on the first quarter note in this measure, succeeding by 3 white notes, which are less intense. You'll just kind of have to trust me on this, but basically the blue one vibrates way harder than the 3 white ones. And you can of course change that if you want it to be slightly less intense, so like 3rd and then 2nd and then 1/1 in terms of intensity, I mean, or you can have them all so they're all the same intensity. Oops, like so. So, you know, if you're playing live, you might want to have this at more intense of a level so that you can feel it, just to make sure that you know what's going on. Whereas when you're at home recording, it might be okay just to have everything at 1, because your music's not as loud. You don't need it to be as crazy vibrating on your wrist. And of course, again, while it's going, you can increase and decrease the tempo. So we can go down to 120, and you can see that syncs up with the watch, or sorry, not the watch, with the pulse right away. Another really cool thing you can do with the app is you have this option called library, where you have things such as a song library and a setlist library. So if you go to song library, for example, you can actually make a new song. So let's call this song, let's call it Bottoms Up, which is one of my band Galactic Pegasus's songs, Bottoms Up. And then you can set the tempo for this song. So I think the tempo is 170, done. You can set the time signature. So again, this song is in 4/4, so that's fine. I personally don't like having any accents, because if we ever do have a time signature change in the song, I'd rather just have them all be the same exact strength of vibration on the quarter notes. That way, if we do change time signatures, my pulse isn't going to confuse me or something like that. So let's just leave it as 4/4 with the same intensity on everything. And again, the subdivision is quarter notes, so click OK. And there you go. There you can see right there in my song library, I now have a song called Bottoms Up. So if you click Bottoms Up, and down here you see a play button, hit play, and it'll start playing the song right away on the watch. So again, very, very easy example. It's just 170 BPM, quarter notes in a 4/4 time signature. But hey, it works and it's very, very cool. Alright, so that'll pretty much do it for this video. I'm sure there's plenty of more features which I have yet to discover with this device, but I covered the main ones, or at least the ones that I found to be very cool and very practically useful, at least from a guitarist perspective. If you're interested in learning more about the Soundbrenner Pulse, I will leave a link to them in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's pretty much all I have to say. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I'm trying really hard to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's all I really want to say, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.